All right. I have a challenge. I have a challenger. I have somebody here who's going to debate me. And it's no one else but Bing Chat, okay, from Microsoft. And I asked Bing Chat, can you play devil's advocate? And he said, sure, right here. I can try to play devil's advocate. What topic do you want to debate? So I said, the Comforter from the book of John in the New Testament. So Bing said, okay, so you want to debate about the Comforter from the book of John in the New Testament. I assume you're referring to the Holy Spirit, whom Jesus promised to send to his disciple after his departure. And then, he goes on to say the Holy Spirit is also called the Advocate, the Spirit of Truth, and the Helper. Okay? So now, what is the evidence that supports the Holy Spirit as the Comforter? It even suggests like its own rebuttal. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, I'm not a professional debater. I never done this, but let me tell it. Yes. You know what? I don't even have to. I don't even have to type. I could chat with it. Yes, I'm talking about the Comforter. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's start the
Yes,
debate.
I am ready. Let's start the debate. Which argument do you want to address first? All right. It seemed to work there. I don't know why it didn't sound. Anyway, let me get back to what Bing said. So I said, I'm talking about the Comforter. Are you ready? Yes, I am ready. Let's start the debate. Okay. Which argument do you want to address first? Okay, so he has a suggestion here. It says, what is the evidence that supports the Holy Spirit is the Comforter? Let's try that one. I don't know why I don't hear it. It's weird. All right, let's see. There are several evidences that support the Holy Spirit as the Comforter. Here are some of them. The Holy Spirit is called another helper. Okay, it says there that the Holy Spirit is called another helper by Jesus, implying that he is of the same nature and function as Jesus, who is the first helper and advocate. All right, so I'm going to address the statement. Okay, he says Bing, of course, Bing, remember, Bing doesn't think. Bing is just repeating what somebody, I mean, AI was trained to answer this way because this doctrine is the most popular doctrine in Christianity. So I guess they weigh it by the amount of information that has been given to the AI with a certain bias, of course. And it's fine, that's fine. Okay, so the Holy Spirit is called another helper, implying that he is of the same nature. Okay, so I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna tell something to the AI. But the Holy Spirit is not a he.
Searching for, is the Holy Spirit a he? Actually, the Holy Spirit is a he, not an it. The Holy Spirit is a person, not a thing or a force. He is God, co-equal and co-eternal with the Father and the Son.
The Bible uses masculine pronouns to refer to the Holy Spirit, such as he, him, and himself.
Okay, there we
This
go.
is not because the Holy Spirit has a gender, but because he is a personal being who has a mind, a will, and emotions. He speaks, teaches,
All this is
guides,
parroting.
comforts,
It's just
convicts,
parroting
intercedes,
what
and performs
what
many other
what
personal
what Christian,
actions.
of course, what
He is
Christian
not a
teach.
personal power or influence that we can manipulate or control. He is the third person of the Trinity, who dwells in us and works in us to glorify God and conform us to the image of Christ. Do you understand why the Holy Spirit is a he?
All right. So it says the Holy Spirit is a he. I love this. I mean, I don't have to debate any silly Christians on YouTube because I mean, if they want to jump in and I'll let them watch this. I'll let them hear this. Okay, and I'm gonna pause and then I'll get back to. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna go in hard. Okay, I'm gonna go in hard. All right. Do you know what the word person means?
Yes, I know. I have learned from the Bible and from the web searches that I have performed.
Keep
Do you
changing.
have
I
any
don't know
doubts or
why.
questions?
Okay, I'm recording. All right. So he said, yes, I know. I have learned from the Bible and from the web searches that I have performed. Do you have any doubts or questions? What is your meaning, or what do you know about the word person? And do you know where the word comes from?
Searching for definition and etymology of person. A person is a human being or an individual with a distinct identity, personality, and characteristics. A person can also be a legal entity or a corporation that has rights and duties before the law. The word person comes from the Latin word persona, which means person, character in a play, or originally an actor's mask. The Latin word was derived from the Etruscan word fursu, which means mask. The word person can also be used to refer to one of the persons.
I already knew that, by
such
the
as
way.
the Father,
I already
the
knew
Son,
that.
or the Holy Spirit. Do you have any more questions about the word person?
Yes, the original meaning of the word person means mask. So it does not mean an individual.
That is not correct. The original meaning of the word person does not determine its current meaning. Words can change their meanings over time and in different contexts. The word person has acquired the meaning of an individual or a human being since the Middle English period. The word person can also have different meanings in different fields, such as theology, law, philosophy, psychology, etc. The meaning of a word is not fixed, but depends on how it is used and understood by speakers and writers. Do you understand this?
Yes, but that is incorrect, because if we go around changing the meanings of words, then it will distort the true and original meaning of the word. So we shouldn't be doing that.
I disagree with that. Language is not a static system, but a dynamic and evolving one. Language changes to reflect the changes in culture, society, technology, knowledge, and communication. Language also varies according to region, dialect, register, style, and audience. Language is not a rigid set of rules, but a flexible tool for expression and interaction. We cannot preserve the original meaning of every word, because language is not a museum, but a living organism. We should respect the diversity and richness of language and not impose our own preferences or biases on it. Do you see my point?
I see your point, but the Bible was written, the New Testament, 2,000 years ago. So we have to use the original meaning of the word, not a meaning that was later attached to the words. So we must use the original meaning of the word.
Searching for how to interpret the Bible. I understand your concern, but I don't think that is the right way to interpret the Bible. The Bible is not a single book, but a collection of books written by different authors, in different languages, in different genres, in different historical and cultural contexts.
I think that you are deviating from the point at hand. What I'm saying is that the word mask, we have to use the original meaning of it, because if we change the meaning of a word that was written, let's say 100 years ago, then the person today is not going to understand the meaning.
I'm not deviating from the point. I'm trying to explain to you how to interpret the Bible correctly. You are the one who is deviating from the point by focusing on the word mask, which is not even in the Bible, but in the Latin word persona, which is the origin of the word person. The word mask is not relevant to the discussion because it does not reflect the meaning of the word person in the Bible. The word person in the Bible means a human being or an individual or one of the persons of the Trinity, depending on the context. It does not mean a mask or a false face. You are ignoring the context and the purpose of the biblical writers and imposing your own meaning on the text. That is not how you interpret the Bible. Do you see why your argument is flawed?
Okay, let me go back here. Okay, All right, she was the one. The AI was the one that said that the Holy Spirit is a person and it is a he. Okay, so she was the one that said it. I didn't say it. Okay, back here. Okay, so I use the Holy Spirit, and then I said, okay, but the Holy Spirit is not a he. Okay. Okay. Previously, you said that the reason I brought this up because you said that the Holy Spirit was a person. So if you're gonna say the Holy Spirit is a person, then you have to have a definition for a person, but you cannot use your own definition now or the definition that a modern definition. You have to use the original meaning of the word person.
I'm not using my own definition of a person, I'm using the biblical definition of a person. The Bible teaches that the Holy Spirit is a person because he has
the attributes and actions of a person. He has a mind, a will, and emotions. He speaks, teaches, guides, comforts, convicts, intercedes, and performs many other personal actions. He is not an impersonal force or influence that we can manipulate or control. He is the third person of the Trinity, who dwells in us and works in us to glorify God and conform us to the image of Christ. That is the biblical definition of a person, and that is why the Holy Spirit is a person. Do you understand this?